Living out here on the water till tax season's over, taking advantage of that maritime law, just like George Washington said.
We're back. The team has put together another group of videos, so they stuck the cup in the river of content. Let's see what they unleashed on us.
Brian, I am so excited because we love when we get to react to other creators. I'm curious today if these are good ones or not so good ones. Here we go.
I can't write off a private chef, but if I invite somebody over every single night to have business meetings with me and I hire a private chef to cook the meals, I can write off the private chef and the food that went into making the meal. This is how I'm able to afford having that private chef every single year, every single month, every single day inside of my house.
Does he know that many people?
Meals, along with my friends, family members, and my business clients, who also some of my family members sit on my board of directors.
Like all tax advice, tinge of truth there. Now,
Tinge of truth.
In the fact that, yes, meals, 50% deductible.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I guess if he's doing it in-house, he's even getting aggressive with the deductibility of it. But he kind of let it up if you were sitting across from the IRS and you said, but hey, yes, these are business meals that happen to be in my house, and every night I bring in business associates.
Every single night.
But then when you say, and by the way, I put my relatives on my board, so everybody who's related to me is also in business with me. I think that's a sham transaction. The function doesn't work over the form of the structure.
It's a little too aggressive for my liking. Now, look, if they're actual business meetings and he's conducting it, then I guess the letter of the law, it would be permissible. But I would be nervous sitting in front of the IRS trying to communicate that. When it comes to taxes, I don't think that you want to be too aggressive, because remember, they are the folks who can come and take your stuff away and shut you down. I would stay on the right side of the IRS. That's my hot take.
Let me tell you how you make this deductible in their mindset. When my daughter tries to pass the Parmesan bread over, I'm like, no, I'm not your father tonight. I'm the CEO. Get it right, so this is deductible.
All right, let's see what we got next.
What's going on, folks? It's your boy Steve-O got me rolling. Today I got Joe hooked up here on this 21 Dodge Charger with only $500 down. First time buyer. How was your experience here today, my man?
Very nice people.
Awesome, man. You recommend us?
Oh, yeah.
Awesome, guys. Well, hey, as always, if you're looking for a vehicle, all you need is your ID and a piece of mail in your name. Go ahead and book an appointment by clicking the link in my bio.
How about the money to pay the bills?
DM at Steve-O got me rolling. We'll get you rolling up today.
This is not the first time I've heard of this Steve-O guy.
No. The content team loves Steve-O. We've gotten to see a lot of his content
But not for the right reasons.
Not for the right reasons. We love 23.8. Brian, I don't know this for sure, but a 21 Charger, if you only put $500 down on that, do you think that was 20% down on the cost of that Charger? I'm guessing not. But Steve-O says all you need to be able to buy a car is you need a piece of your ID and a piece of mail with your name on it. That's it. Ooh, I don't know that's all I would take with me when I go to buy an automobile.
I don't think Steve-O's worried about their ability to pay for the Charger. I think he's just trying to get the quantity of transactions. Be very careful, guys, because this is the consumer society we live in, is that people have no problem selling you the goods and the wares and even getting you in debt for it, but they're not going to be there to help you cover and pay for these monthly expenses. And by the way, if you're paying for everything a few $100s a month at a time and never own it, you don't really own your life. You rent your life, and you're the servant to the obligations that are out there. Be careful. I'm sure Steve-O's a lovely guy and you'd love to catch a drink, hang out with him. Be careful indebting your financial life to somebody who's just your ID and a piece of mail is all you need. That scares the heck out of me.
When it comes to buying stuff, just because you can doesn't mean that you should. Just because someone's willing to let you finance a car over the next 10 years at 12% interest with only $500 down doesn't mean that's a wise financial decision for your future. I do not know that I want Steve-O to get me rolling.
My daughters will never have to work a day in their lives if they don't want to. First, they're homeschooled, so we're already preconditioning them to live their life with complete freedom, even as adults. Second, I'm teaching them the skill of day trading so they can create unlimited passive
I didn't have that on the bingo card.
from their phones anytime, anywhere, any place. This is my daughter showing me her trades.
Oh,
That's... Yeah.
That went in a completely different direction.
I was like, okay, homeschooling, I can get on board with that. That may.
Well, I follow some homeschoolers, and usually they're on like farms and they're taking care of like goats
Yeah, and they're like growing chickens and cows.
And I'm like, all right, day trading. That's a new one for me.
Didn't see that one coming. And that's easy. All you got to do is just teach them how to day trade. And clearly, if you understand how to day trade, you can just make passive income for the rest of your lives. You'll never have to work. It's that easy. If someone starts selling you a line like that money is easy, it can just show up. All I got to do is spend a little bit of time with you to teach you my secrets, and you can day trade yourself to success. Ooh, my spidey senses would go off.
That's engagement fodder.
There's
no way she actually, I mean, she held up their app or
See
whatever.
my daughter's trades. That girl
Because we understand, look, time in the market is much more important than timing the market. And if you're in and out and day trading, you're not actually investing. You're speculating, and that is not what you want to do when you're on the path and to building wealth.
I have a lot of money in my 401k.
I'm sorry for you.
Why do you feel sorry for it? It's a way to put money in without paying taxes on it.
It's a way for you to be trapped for 30 years.
Well, you can pull it out when you're
63. How old are you right now?
50.
13 years from now, will taxes be higher or lower?
Higher.
You will wish you would have sold them when you were 50 because you pay lower taxes, dude.
You don't pay any taxes when you pull out money out of your 401k if you wait until you're 63.
When you start using that money,
that's
you're
wrong.
going to pay taxes, bro. You weren't charged taxes, what?
Two wrongs don't make a right.
What's wrong with you? You're not.
IRS allows penalty-free withdrawals from retirement accounts after the age of 59 and a half.
Penalty-free, not tax-free. So
Right.
they're going
He's
to
right.
charge you a penalty. They're going to put handcuffs on you to sell it before then. But dude, when you're 63 years old, when you start withdrawing, you're going to start paying taxes at that point.
Yeah,
They're
you're
gonna
right.
be higher.
401k withdrawals are taxes in.
Exactly.
Yeah, but the majority of Americans have higher income while they're in earned income years, meaning while you have wages. The thought is when you retire, there's a good chance that your income tax rates will actually go down because you just don't have as much taxable
That's right.
income, so you're in a lower tax bracket. And by the way, if you don't know, it's bipartisan that typically retirees are loved by Republicans, they're loved by Democrats, and you see that in the tax laws and the structures. So, look, Grant, once again, has packaged a little bit of truth, but you also had an individual who didn't completely understand the taxability of retirement accounts. Two wrongs don't make a right. There's nothing wrong with a 401k.
And he said, oh, well, you're not going to be able to get to that money until you're 59 and a half. Or 60. That's true. The reason why we save into 401ks is so that our 60, 61, 62, 63-year-old self has access to funds. If instead we consume all those dollars a day and we don't save for the future, then that person's going to be broke. I think 401ks are one of the best ways to legally hide money for the government for your future self. It's supposed to be for your future self, not for yourself today. And he did a little game. He said, do you think that tax rates are going to be higher in the future or lower in the future? And everybody says, oh, they're going to go up. You already said it. While that is true, that rates could go up, if you do it correctly and you build your three buckets, your tax deferred, your tax free, and your after tax, you get to pick and choose which tax rates you pay in retirement. So if you're a high income earner, there's a really good chance in retirement, in financial independence, you can control your tax situation to pay a lower rate.
Hey there, TikTok. It's day 4 out here on the boat. You know me. Living out here on the water till tax season's over. Taking advantage of that maritime law, just like George Washington said. Now, I ain't got no water, but I got a 48 pack of Miller Lite. I had myself a turtle for breakfast, and I'm living like a king.
This is a complete joke.
President, like George Washington intended, man.
I don't even know. Look, I did taxes for 16 years. I should probably know what this maritime tax loophole is. I've never heard of it, but surely that's a joke because with the accent, being shirtless, having the screen name of Magnum PI, I think that there was just a lot going on there.
If someone tells you they have some magnificent way for you to avoid paying all taxes together, my spidey senses would immediately go off. Whether it's moving to a municipality of the United States, whether it is going out into international waters and living there so that you don't have to pay taxes, if it sounds too good to be true, it likely is too good to be true. Because what you don't want to do is just decide, you know what, I'm going to come up with a scheme to not pay Uncle Sam. We have time and time again seen celebrities, Wesley Snipes, try to do that, and it does not end up well. Pay your taxes. Tax avoidance is highly encouraged. Tax evasion is highly illegal.
I haven't gotten sick in 3 years because I don't believe in being sick. You want to know how people get sick? They
I don't
wake up in
believe
the
it.
morning and they get this thing. What is the first thing with that symptom that they say? I think I'm getting sick. That's an instruction. And guess what you're going to do? You're going to lean into that, and then the symptom is going to exaggerate into sickness. And then later you're going to say, I am sick. And so I'll ask one person, how long do you usually get sick? 2 days. Why is it 2 days? Because that's their programming. Guess what they start to think? I'm done being sick. That's an instruction. The body says, oh,
Chris, I'm already, my brain hurts just hearing this.
I think I'm getting better. And 2 hours later, I'm better.
Chris wakes up and he's like, I'm going to do content. I don't think he says I want good content.
No, I'm going to be jacked. I'm going to be jacked this morning. Oh my gosh. Chris, I hope you never have high blood pressure. I'm going to have low blood pressure. I'm good. Holy cow. Yes, Brian, and you even told me this. We've had this conversation. Our inner voice, the voice inside of our head, can be incredibly powerful in terms of impacting our behaviors. But impacting like physiological symptoms of your immune system working against a virus or bacteria, maybe a bridge too far for me.
Yo, let's trade some stocks. All right, so we're looking for calls right now.
Wow, where's my Red Bull?
The market is looking. It seems like it's going to go down and then right back up.
Oh, yeah,
and
right
we're
back up.
playing it off that bearish downtrend. Now we just wait. Come on, baby. Okay, all right, perfect. This is what we're looking for. Hold up, boys. There we go. That's what we needed. That is what we needed. We are going all in calls. Please just go to.
By the way, this probably happened 2 days ago, and he's just voice-overing what happened.
$1,000 right now. You know it. You know it. Just go up. I'm bored.
This is not the way it works.
To the sky, to the moon, rocket, moon. Now, let's go. That's what we needed, baby. That's what we needed.
Yeah, this is ridiculous.
I've got anxiety.
Trader alive.
He needs to get off the Red Bull.
I mean, he needs to get. I think he's on something else besides Red Bull. I don't even know. I've seen this guy before. I've seen people like this in whenever I go to a casino. These are the people I see. They're screaming at the slots. They're screaming at the roulettes. They're screaming at the dice on the table. I don't know that that's the way. When I sit down and look at my portfolio and I think about allocating, that's not what I do. That's not the way that I behave. When I think about making purchases and sells inside of my investment
Can we all
accounts.
agree that was some tomfoolery in the fact that he was screaming at the screen and then it was doing exactly what it said?
I didn't even see what the screen was doing.
No, it was dropping, and he's like getting all hyped up and excited. But then he goes, okay, now to the moon, and it happens to turn right at the... That was because it was pre-recorded. That was theater. That's not the way you invest. The reality is on investing. It's slow, steady work. You stay consistent. You stay disciplined, and you give it enough time. And voila, this magical thing happens with compounding growth. This is not a reality. This is a fantasy. This is somebody trying to entertain you, probably sell you, and that's not actually where success lives.
This is what index fund gurus don't tell you about index funds that make me so angry.
Is she in bed?
After I grew my investment portfolio from $500 to millions of dollars, I decided to listen to one of the index fund gurus that popped onto my social media. And I'm like, you know what? Let me add an index fund to my portfolio. Do you want to see the results and the difference between individual stocks and index fund? Look at the gains here on individual stocks starting from 200% until we finally get to VU here, which is way
Yeah, but she didn't show when she bought them.
performing stocks that are basically
Let's look at 2022.
carrying my entire $4.7 million portfolio. I do it all in only 1 hour per month, even though I'm super busy and not a math whiz. Following my simple 5-step
Oh, there it is. You got a
There it
system.
I'll
is.
send you my free masterclass on it.
I'm sorry, where do I send Diamond to? Where do I send that to? Yeah, look, okay, of course.
There's a lot of missing variables.
Are individual stocks going to perform better than a basket of individual stocks diversified in a bull market, in and out market? Highly likely, yes. What I want to see is over the long term, though. Do you have the ability? Was her name Diamond? I don't know. Did she have the ability to pick which stocks are going to be the ones that go up when the markets are up and don't go down as much when the markets are down? I think that for most people, that is a very futile exercise. I'd love to see that same snapshots that she did during fourth quarter of 2008, during the middle of COVID, during the entire year of 2022, and I think it would probably have painted a very, very different picture.
Well, I just know if you go look at the SPIVA data out there, 2/3 to 3/4, depending upon which period of time you want to look at, of active managers, meaning this is how they make their living, is choosing investments. They underperform the index funds. So all she's doing is taking a different angle and saying, hey, my individual stocks that if you subscribe to my system, I'm going to tell you which ones to buy, is going to be better than the index funds. She is playing the part of that active manager. And she doesn't know. Now, maybe she bought NVIDIA. Okay, good for you. That one has gone to the moon and you've done very well. Maybe in 2018 you bought Tesla. But you see how if you go and look at all the companies that you could buy, you're going to find out that there's a very slim chance that you're going to nail the perfect stop at the perfect time. And then here's even something, even if you hit that perfect stop, when do you diversify? When do you get out of it? These are all problems that an index investor doesn't have to worry about because the system is naturally cleansing itself. It's naturally adding those high flyers on there. It's naturally getting rid of and shedding the old stodgy stocks that no longer are relevant in this economy. I love, instead of trying to beat the market, just be the market, because humans are walking towards innovation, towards growth. You don't have to waste any mental calories and own it all.
Getting rich is not a quick game. It is a slow and steady game through time. Building wealth is not something that's supposed to happen overnight with some magic secret. There's not a magic secret to it. It takes discipline, it takes a little bit of money, and it takes time. And if you can put those three together, it's amazing the amount of wealth you can create. Be careful about social media influencers telling you that there's a better, faster, more efficient way. It's just not true.
There is a better way to do money, and I'd encourage you to go to moneyguy.com. Even go to moneyguy.com/resources to get tons of free stuff. We will load you up so you can learn, apply, grow, reach your own level of success. I'm your host, Brian, Mr. Bo Hansen, Money Guy team.